Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the channel. I'm Tyler Fikes. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Anyways, I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I didn't have any new truck parts coming in for my truck for the Duramax that you guys are actually sitting on right now. It's what I'm recording off of. So I don't have any new stuff coming in for either of those, and I still gotta keep up on the video. So today I was gonna go over the difference between a cast and a forged wheel, because on my truck right here, I have the cast wheels, and on the Duramax right here, we have forged wheels. So I was going to be telling you the main differences and helping you decide what's right for you if you have a truck, if you want to go with a cast wheel or a forged wheel. So first, here are the forged wheels on the Duramax, 20 by 10, and I'm on a 35, and these are the old ones that came off the Duramax, 20 by 12. And the reason we changed up from these is we were having to run those adapters on this because this is for the 2010 and newer hub assembly, so we could not mount these on there without spacers, and they stuck out, which I love the look, but they stuck out to about right there. And you can see we did trimming on the bumper, and we would have had to do trimming on there to go up to 35s because this used to be on 33s, and it's still rubbed with that wide of a setup over there. So we went to that wheel, that way we could do a 35. Those wheels are actually still for sale, and these are forged. So the ones I have on my truck are cast, and those are 18 by 9, and I would have loved to go bigger, but I can't go any bigger without fitment issues on a 5-inch lift, and it's a better wheel for off-roading the smaller you go, and I thought I was going to do a lot of off-roading with this truck, which I don't really ever do any off-roading because I like keeping it looking nice. But still, it's a great look, good size, and I like the sidewall bubble. I do like on the newer trucks a lot bigger wheel and less sidewall, but that's more of a show truck look. And this is more off-road look, I think anyways. This still you can do some off-roading in. You definitely could. I wouldn't want to because these are just such nice wheels. You know, I like keeping stuff nice, especially when you spend a lot of money on it. Anyway, so the forged wheel. The first thing that you're gonna notice with the forged wheel versus a cast wheel, the forged are a lot lighter. But before we get into what's better about those, I'm gonna explain how these are made versus how those are made. So forged wheels, they take a block of aluminum and it's like compressed and heated into the block of aluminum, and then they put it in a CNC machine and they carve it out to what it is now. And then after that, they take it down to a polish station and they polish it up, and if you're gonna have a coating on it, they do whatever coating it is. But these are made from a block and then cut. So they're about 3 times stronger than the cast wheel that we have over here. And the cast wheel, how these are made, they have a molding, and they take the molten metal and they pour it into their molding, and it comes out the shape that it is. It comes out like that. And then they do the milled edges. They machine those little edges off if you pick that kind of spec and put whatever coatings on them. But because of the way that those are made, and those are about 3 times stronger than cast, and these are a lot lighter than cast wheels. So these being lighter forged wheels, they do have a lot of benefits with being lighter. One, every about 1 pound of wheel weight is equivalent to about 10 pounds of weight on the truck, because you have to spin that mass versus just rolling with the mass like on your back. So because they're a lot lighter, they put a lot less strain on suspension components, and you know when you get big offsets on the wheel, it starts wearing out hubs and bearings and stuff like that, just because there's a lot more weight, a lot more strain, everything's further away and it all has to work harder. So with it being lighter, it's definitely gonna make parts last longer, unless you're getting a forged wheel to go to a 28 by 16 versus a 18 by 9 cast. Then it's probably about the same way. But anyways, forged are gonna be a lot lighter, but they're also gonna be a lot more expensive. But they are 3 times stronger than the cast wheel. So if you have the money to do it, it's definitely worth it. If you are like me and it's your first truck and you kind of had some limitations money-wise, just go with a cast wheel. They look great, but they are not as capable. But for a 6 slug like this, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I personally would not do a forged wheel on a 1500 like my truck is. On a 2500 all day long, that's all I would do is forged wheels, especially now that I'm older from when I got my first truck. Forged wheels are where it's at, that's where I would go. And I personally like the look of them a lot better. And with forged wheels, you get a lot of added options, like see how these are directional? If you get a directional cast wheel, they only have one direction that they make them in. So this side would be scooping and the other side would be facing the other way because they're a lot less expensive. They're not gonna take the time and do multi-directional. See where this one on the Duramax, it goes that way on this side and on the other side. They keep it the same where a cast wheel wouldn't, and that's why cast wheels, usually you see spokes and not angles. Also, with forged wheels, since they are 3 times stronger, you can do the deeper lip, not worry about strain on the wheel bearings and stuff, and you can tow a lot higher of a weight with the forged wheel. So, like I said, on a 1500, I wouldn't say it matters because you can't do much with the 1500 towing wise anyways, but compared to the 2500, you can do a lot more. So you got the forged wheel, now you're not limiting yourself, especially when you do the leaf spring, lift kit, and your towing capacity goes up. You don't want to have a wheel that can't handle as much as you're going to put on the axle when you're towing. So the main benefit of a forged wheel is it's a lot stronger, it's a lot lighter. I personally like the look of the forged wheel a lot better. You get a lot of extra stuff like the engraving, which you still can get on a cast wheel, but it is less common, and I just like the look of the forged wheel better. Not to say the cast wheel is bad, that's what I have on my truck, and I still like the look of those, but that's more of a 1500 style wheel, I would say. Forged is more of a 2500, 3500 wheel. I would say if you still prefer cast, it doesn't matter. A lot of it is looks, and you're probably gonna get a lot wider of a variety with a cast wheel just because so many more companies make them, because they're less expensive and they are more available, where forged wheels, you really get into only American Force, Specialty Forged, Fuel Forged is now making them, Tiz Forged, and I know there are a couple other, but I can't think of them, where if you want to talk cast wheels, you can go Fuel, XD, Moto Metal, Hostile, and so many more, where you can just keep naming wheels for cast wheels, and there's so many off-brands, Red Dirt Road, and you're just gonna have so many more options with that, and it's gonna be a lot cheaper. Where forged wheel, you kind of got a couple main brands to stick to. It's gonna be a lot more expensive. So at the end of the day, it comes down to what you're using the vehicle for. If you're using this for a SEMA truck, go forged. If you're using it for a giant lifted tow rig, go with forged. If you're using it on a 1500, your first truck, you just want it to look cool, go with the cast. If you don't have a bunch of money, go with the cast. If you have extra money to burn on your truck, go with forged. I think they look better. They're definitely better quality. They're gonna last longer. The only downside to these polished aluminum wheels is they're a lot harder to clean, as you can imagine. And if you don't keep up on cleaning them and you let them get snow and mud caked all over them and you just leave it there for a long enough time, they'll start to pit the aluminum and that won't look good, and then you've ruined a very expensive wheel. So only downside is you have to keep up on cleaning them, which I don't mind cleaning these wheels, and I like keeping stuff clean just that way it looks nice, because I really like the look of these. So anyway guys, that is the benefits of forged wheels versus cast wheels, kind of comparing the two. It's up to you in the end to decide which one you want to do on your car or truck, because they do make forged wheels for cars also for a lot of different applications, and no matter what, the forged wheel is lighter, it is stronger. That's what I would go with on the 2500 and up. 1500 I'd probably just stick with cast all the way, especially since 6 lug, I like how Fuel offers the cap that goes over it to kind of hide the lugs. And forged, you see the lugs, and I like the look of that, where you can have the spiked lugs. And with 6, it kind of just looks too small. With 8, I think it looks really good. But again, that's my personal preference. You're gonna pick whatever you want to pick for your truck, and those are the benefits of forged versus cast. And like I said, I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, rainy day out, I didn't have much to do. Don't have any new parts coming for the truck of either of these today. So I figured I gotta keep up on a video. I got forged wheels here, I got cast wheels there. Just gonna make a video on that. If you guys found this helpful in any way, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time stopping in, please subscribe. We're over halfway there to the 1,000 mark, and I'm really trying to hit that sometime soon, because I've been watching other channels, and as soon as they hit 1,000, it just goes up. And it's actually really fun doing the YouTube. If you know anyone else you think would subscribe, let them know. Get me up to 1,000 sometime soon, that would be awesome. Also, I am selling these American flag sunglasses, $15 shipped anywhere in the lower 48 states. My email is always in the description where you can buy them. Anyways, thank you for watching. If this is your first time stopping in, please subscribe, and until next time, see you guys later.